Live. Should be able to hear us now. Hello.
Yeah, we
see,
rolled our 401k over to a 403b, so I think we're going to be good with our
True.
finances in the future.
God. Now I'm
Yeah.
going to get
Oh,
emails.
God.
Are you
Mhm.
visiting Gary,
Mhm.
Indiana?
Would you like
One
to
of
know
the
more
top
about
attractions
Gary,
in
Indiana?
Gary, Indiana is a floating casino that is on a boat that will take you away from Gary, Indiana.
Is it in
I
that
like
river?
Deep River?
That's
I
me.
heard it's deep.
I'm a birthday boy.
Happy birthday.
All right. Enough. Thanks, Crow. Thanks, Drew.
Enough Gary for the night.
That's That's
You can
too-
never
too
have
much
enough Gary.
Gary.
No such thing as too much Gary.
Oh, Papa Roach is coming
Hello, Felix.
to Gary, Indiana.
Okay, thank you for putting that into context.
All right, let's get this thing rolling. What do you guys say? I know we're all chomping at the bit. Chomping at the bit. All right, let's go. Welcome to the Lovecraft Tapes podcast. This is Case 13, Iris. I am Jeremy, Keeper of Arcane Lore, and we play Call of Cthulhu, a role-playing game filled with cosmic horror, existential dread, and that strange man who lives 3 houses down from you and likes to peek inside your windows when you're just about to fall asleep.
Gary?
Indiana? That's what we named the dog.
That's what we named the dog.
Your investigators of the unknown are Gabe as Roy.
I prefer to investigate the known.
Gary,
Be a
Indiana.
whole lot easier. Matt as Rocky.
I personally prefer to expect the already expected. It makes things a little bit easier.
And Brian as Pippa.
I'd like to see both your managers, please.
Sure thing, Karen.
Kieran. Well, welcome back, players. How's everybody doing tonight?
Good. Very
Alive.
good. Great.
Yeah,
I'm
our
okay.
routers are rebooted. Our sound doesn't work, and I'm drinking some red wine. So.
Nice.
10 out of
So
10.
it's a
Would
good
podcast
night.
again.
Anybody hear what he said? His sound doesn't work. I want wine out that nose before the night's over.
All over the keyboard, all over the screen.
His camera just drips.
Gross. Well, listeners, if you would like to provide
Gary?
feedback or praise or just say hi, drop us a letter from beyond on our website at lovecrafttapes.com. We would love to hear from you.
Good or bad.
Yes,
Good.
or all the above. Also, a gentle reminder that if you would like to chat with us in real time, join our Discord server at discord.lovecrafttapes.com. Let me try that again. Discord.lovecrafttapes.com today, and Brian will make you an NFT for free.
Mm-hmm.
Not create one for you, but create one out of you.
You'll be my NFT.
Yes. This show is brought to you in part by our generous fans and supporters on patreon.com/lovecrafttapes. So thank you to those folks. And we are coming up at the end of the month here. So probably definitely next time we come around, we'll be able to shout out to those folks. It'd be very nice. Yeah, that wine is already hitting, actually. I had a little bit with dinner too. So
6 bottles.
yeah, we had
Pray for us.
chicken curry pot pie.
Ooh.
It was phenomenal.
Made or purchased?
Made.
Nice.
What's
Jeez.
this purchase thing? Come
I
on.
don't know. I
Old
thought
maid.
the last time you did something, you ordered stuff in, like you had to cook it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, like steak.
I did. Right. Well,
I'm
but
not making
like,
steak.
Really?
Presto chango. Nothing up my sleeve.
I'll be out in the shed carving.
Yeah, exactly right. All right, before we begin, we need to take a quick commercial break.
Don't do it.
All right, let's roll some
Don't do
sweet
it.
D, see what happens. I got a 25, Brian got a 38,
38.
Matt got a 59, Gabe got a 85. So it looks like Gabe is going to be selling to me.
Okay.
Sell him, Gary, Indiana.
I was going to.
You ruined it. You ruined it.
We'll cut that out in post. Don't worry.
Cereal?
Hey, you.
Yes, how can I help you, sir? You look mighty interesting.
You seem like a world traveler to me.
I've been to many places around the Great Lakes region.
Well, have I got the spot for you?
Ooh, is it a hot spot? Because I could really go and get out of this cold winter and relax by a beach near the ocean.
It's the hottest of spots.
I can't wait to hear all about it. I'm
Well,
packing
have I
my
got-
bags as you speak, by the way.
All right, good. I've already sold you. But just in case you have any friends that I can sell, how about you saddle up and take a visit to a little place called Gary, Indiana?
Oh, it sounds so exotic.
Imagine, if you will, a city in which you get to listen to the Music Man and nothing but it nonstop.
Oh, well, as long as there's 76 trombones, I could be fine with that.
Do you like Hard Rock cafes?
I really love their coconut crisp chicken fingers.
Well, guess what? Gary, Indiana has one inexplicably.
Well, I really do prefer soft rock mostly, but I could go for a hard rock now and again. It's easy to go between a rock and a hard place. I hear. I've read.
You know what else you could be doing in your time here?
Besides
you ever
masturbating
wanted-
furiously, no.
Fire!
Have you ever been sitting around and thought, man, I could visit the City Methodist Church that has 4.7 stars?
What? Not even Protestant?
Isn't it exotic?
I bet you those Methodists, they really love their palm trees, so it sounds right up my alley.
Aren't you tired of beaches always being to the east of you?
Yes, but we're not supposed to say that anymore. We have to call them ladies.
Well, Gary, Indiana has all of your problems solved with West Beach.
Ooh, well, good, because I'm really getting sick of that East Beach. She just won't leave you alone.
Since we're determining that you love water, aren't you tired of shallow rivers?
I am. It's taking a bath in shallow rivers is just really no fun at all. You kind of have to waddle around and turn as if an alligator were trying to drown you.
Well, good luck for you. With a 4.0 star rating, Gary, Indiana has Deep River.
Out of 20? That's amazing.
And let's just finish the trifecta of water features. Nobody likes a short lake, so you could go to the glamorous Long Lake.
Oh, well, I did once in college, but we won't talk about that.
Now, if you can work your way past the stabbings and the shootings, you could maybe even have yourself a nice day at the Paul H. Douglas Center for Environmental Education.
Oh, how did you know I'm a Paul H. Douglas enthusiast? I'm actually part of the fan club. I founded it back in 19 whatever.
It really goes to show nothing really says it's a great city like all of the Google attractions being listed being lakes and nature trails that are nowhere near the city.
Well, I heard that's the selling point. As long as there's an ocean view, I'll be fine.
Well, lucky for you, Gary, Indiana has many TVs that you could look at the ocean on.
Oh, yes, Gary, Indiana is the TV capital of Massachusetts. No, I'm thinking of tapas. Anyways.
And then no trip would be complete without a trip to Bellaboo's Play and Discovery Center.
Well, I can play and discover things?
That's two things.
Oh,
Find somewhere else you could play and discover.
Honestly, that's a bit of an overload for me. So I'm going to do either play or discover.
Well, luckily they don't pressure you, I imagine.
Well, sir, you've made quite the argument for Gary, Indiana, and I am ready to fly wherever the commercial jets will take me to Gary, Indiana.
Well, that's good news because I'm out of attractions. Now, in order to get there from no matter where you're going, you're going to have to take 4 connecting flights. Are you okay with that?
Absolutely. As long as they don't make me wear a mask, I'll be great.
Well, and they're definitely going to make you fly on some dingy, like 10 passenger plane. Is that fine by you?
Oh, that's fine. If it's dingy, it's great. If it's a dinghy, it's great. I don't mind. Either way. As long as there's a D-I-N-G in there somewhere.
Well, then you might be the perfect guy to go to Gary, Indiana.
Yes, I actually I am the perfect guy, and Gary, Indiana is it's actually my name. I founded the city.
I rescind the offer. I don't believe you. Are you trying to make a fool of me, sir?
No, I'm trying to make a fool with you. It's a co-op team effort.
Oh, hold on. No and?
That was great.
All right. That's good. And we're back. What'd you guys think of that product and or service?
Hey, you. I liked it.
On a scale of 1 to 10, I give that a very solid Gary.
Gary.
Gabe, what'd you think of it?
I think that the presenter did a good job, and he's handsome.
And he's
You
You
hear
better
that,
not
Matt?
cut that. You better not cut that to be one that wasn't me.
I always try to cut the comments that are actually directly related to the commercial that we
Right.
did.
Yeah. We
Well,
did a commercial?
God, I am so sick and tired of that product ender service. They've been pushing it forever on billboards, newspaper print ads, full-page magazine spreads, radio spots, television commercials, and that dancing guy in a giant foam banana suit holding up a sign on the street corner. I mean, yeah, that guy was delicious once I peeled him, but oh wait, maybe that product under service didn't make me sick. Maybe it was eating that guy. So yeah, they kind of go all the way around on that one.
It worked, though.
All right, guys, before we venture
get it.
forward, let us briefly review your Diary of the Dead. Dum, dum,
Dun,
dum.
dun, dun.
You can't make me.
All right,
Pokes his eyes out.
let's talk about anything that you've uncovered and added since your last time.
Last time.
I see all kinds of notes there at the bottom.
Diary of the Dead.
Yep. The very top of the...
Grazie.
Can't miss it. First thing.
But I did.
Can't miss it. Can't
Where
miss
is
it.
it?
Won't miss it.
Oh, there's a lot of new street names because
Can't
I'm a
stop, won't
genius.
stop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we discovered that the numbered photos or paintings that they thought were numbered paintings are actually street numbers. But we didn't discover that until we saw the photos of the paintings.
Correct the mundo. So what do you guys? Let's talk about that for a second. What do you guys think these street names represent?
Streets.
I don't believe
In
it.
relation to what the photos and or paintings are showing you.
Right. We need to. We never really examined like the directions of the streets and if they intertwine at all. Like maybe at some point they all come together and merge into one point that we should avoid at all costs. I mean, go investigate. So
Right.
that's something that I think we should do. We didn't get to that, but I think that's definitely something we should look at a map and investigate that.
Okay.
It's too much of a coincidence. And the arch, right? That was reoccurring. And
Yeah. Each of the
Yeah.
photos shows at some sort of tunnel
right.
entry point.
Okay.
An
so I think
archway,
it's a
but it
tunnel.
Portal to
doesn't
hell.
necessarily look like it's the same in every.
Oh, okay.
thing.
Okay. I wasn't sure on that because I made a note about the tunnels, but then we didn't
Yes.
get into it. So
And actually, I can let you know that sure enough, each of those photos was, slightly different, similar. They each had
Yeah.
that keystone above the archway
Right.
that has the Cyrillic symbol for room, right? And so, yeah, that sounds like something that you would need to follow up with, either looking at a map or consulting an expert.
Tomislav.
Somebody. Also, you've got Choo Choo McGee
Yep.
in Grand Central Station. That is where Rocky figured out could be a potential lead.
Yeah.
I
And they
believe
would
it-
know the street stuff too.
I believe it was Rocky who suggested that Choo Choo McGee was probably the husband of the lady whose dog was found missing
Mm-hmm.
or went missing.
McGee.
Taken away by a gaunt, gray-skinned dog.
Take it away.
Wolf man thing.
Yep.
Bear. Pig.
Man, Bear, Pig did it.
I knew it.
A super cereal, guys.
Any
It's a member.
thoughts on anything
No
else
thoughts.
that was prior to that?
I had a thought about Charles.
Okay.
How in the image on the second floor, he's old. So it's almost like he's trapped in there because the photo we saw at the gallery, he was young, which means the photo was taken soon after maybe he was trapped.
Well, I mean,
I don't know what the situation is, but
keep
that's
in
what I'm
mind a
thinking.
photo is a representation of obviously literally what you see there.
Yes.
And a painting can be a interpretation.
Right.
It doesn't necessarily mean that it's 100% realistic.
No. But
So
it is.
keep that in mind.
He's right.
But yes,
it
that is an interesting thing. And
Yeah.
you guys clearly have a lead, right?
No, none whatsoever.
Choo-choo.
I believe
Yeah.
it was Rocky who should probably remember this, that
Rocky.
you paid to find out
Secret?
the location of Marigold.
Secret studio.
Yes.
Ah, yes.
Yes. I don't
The
see that in
secret
the notes anywhere.
Yeah, I think we kind of
But you did
finished up
fork
with
over
its
$1,500 for that,
556 Broadway.
along with the suggestion from Barnard that you probably want to call in advance if you want to talk to anybody at Marigold's studio.
And the number is 8675309.
You got it.
You got it.
You got it.
Yeah, we didn't need to write that one down.
I did though.
Oh, I just remembered Jenny's number.
Beyond that, I think I'm trying to recall whether or not Pippa shared with these guys anything about Maria.
Maria.
See, I was thinking
Pippa?
of the Men at Work song.
Maria.
Do you recall whether or
Wait.
not, or do you boys recall?
Met someone
Or no.
named Maria,
Gabe says no.
and then refused to tell anybody about it.
Yeah, I don't have any notes on that.
Okay.
That I did.
I don't recall, just
Yeah.
being honest here. So you
I
may you may
think-
want to keep that in mind and just sort of touch on that if you want to, if Pippa wants to.
Okay.
Okay. I think that's good enough for now.
What
We can
Pippa
launch into
wants,
it.
Pippa gets.
Yeah.
Ouch.
hmm
Exactly. All right. Now, dear investigators, we play Case 13, Tape 8, Fungus Among Us.
The hit game Among Us?
Amogus sauce?
Previously on the Lovecraft tapes. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, as they say, and our art-loving investigators test their mettle against the impenetrable works displayed at Zepter Museum. Rocky makes a sizable donation to acquire Marigold's studio location, but doesn't appreciate the handout he receives in return. Roy deduces that the photographs must point to secret locations, but when he goes for a leisurely cab ride at midnight, he finds the unexpected. Pippa chats up Tomislav, promising to bring him a late-night snack, but she hardly expected these dogs to be quite so hot. Will these unlikely out-of-towners find where Charles Blaine resides now, or will they succumb to the pressures of their increasingly unhinged imagination?
Bum, bum, bum.
Thanks, Crow. Pippa is sus. I saw her vent. Pippa.
I've seen her vent a lot.
Yeah, she's venting right now. Silent but deadly. All right. Investigators. It is morning. The three of you are sitting in a booth at a cafe called The Mad Monk, a few blocks away from the hotel. Since splitting up after the party last night, you haven't seen each other or spoken. In fact, you've all been unusually quiet at breakfast. However, the sound of another patron the next booth over trying to cut up a Snickers bar with a knife and fork is starting to grate on your nerves. One of you needs to break the ice.
Garcon, more coffee.
Garcon meets boy.
Yeah, your boy. Thanks.
Boy.
Guys,
Hmm.
I had an experience last night. I'm not sure how to even quantify this. I went to buy the hot dogs, right?
That's crazy.
I purchased 2 hot dogs. When I looked down, they were 2 small people. It was Tina and the other dude. Remember his name? God damn it.
Tommy Dolby.
It was Tina and Tommy. I freaked. I dropped the dogs. People, I just took off running, and I ended up in my room, and I buried myself under the pillow. But that's not the worst of it. I had the worst dream I think I've ever had in my life. I woke up and I was warm and surrounded. And then some type of cold liquid started to cover my body. I had no idea what was going on, but I couldn't move. I was trapped on both sides. And I managed to lift my head enough to look forward towards my feet, just in time as I saw Charles Blaine, 30 feet tall, opening his mouth to bite my feet off. I was in a hot dog bun. I woke up in a terrible sweat, and I've been up all night. You guys have experience here. What does this mean?
It means you probably got a shady back alley hot dog.
Sounds like you didn't sleep enough.
I should have known better than to tell you guys. Go back to my coffee.
Yeah. I also had some events last night. So maybe there's a pattern here, because last night when I was taking that cab ride, I saw Bugs and I got out just to go catch up with him, but he was busy and we ignored it and whatever. But so then I went about and I was going through the park practicing some baseball moves, thinking I'll probably get, the call up soon. And then I heard this scream, so I ran over. And, it was by that pond with all the, creepy statues of, like, fairies and stuff and goblins. And I don't know what the statues are of. I just know they're creepy. And there was, quote, a group of late night party people. And it was, I always expect late night party people to be around in the park, but there was this one young lady who really was in a bad way, and they were helping her, which is, I know it must have been pretty bad if they stopped partying to help someone, because that's not their way. So when I looked into it, it turned out that this chick had her arm like mauled, and she was saying that it was some hairless gray dog, like how we've been dealing with. So, then the police went to look, and I did some looking, but the police made me stop because they were worried that I would solve it and they wouldn't get a paycheck. So then I had to go back to the hotel. And then I also had a bad dream. But, mine was a little different. Mine was like kind of short and sweet, but kind of terrifying. I was in the painting, or not the painting. I was in the photo of Charles Blaine. And I couldn't get out. And I was stuck in there with him, and he just kept repeating that there was no escape, and this is what life is now, and I don't know, it just messed with me, and I could see you two looking in at me. And it really messed with me.
Probably didn't get enough sleep.
You're right.
Hey, she got you there.
Well, I agree.
Pocket sand.
You see
What
how
is
I
this, King of the
agreed
Hill?
with you rather than threw a tantrum? Crazy.
A tantrum. I shouldn't have said anything. Settle down!
You're hysterical. You're having
She
one of
is.
your episodes.
It's true.
So, does this mean that something has affected us?
No.
Is there any food or anything we shared that we all tried or anything?
What
Roy,
was your
did you eat any
dog
hot
from?
dogs yesterday?
Wait,
Yeah,
did
but
you eat
which
any
stand?
hot dogs?
Yeah, which stand did you go to?
The people one.
Oh. No, I meant which did you go to my friend Stan?
Stand,
I mean, he
stand.
does have the best hot dogs in all of New York, so can you really blame us?
But he sits down.
Yeah. Lazy.
Yeah, he has no legs.
Stan's a good guy.
Rocky,
True.
what do you make of this? It can't be a coincidence. We
Well, it
both
could
had
be if
these
only
weird,
two of us had it.
weird experiences, and then we had crazy dreams about Charles Blaine.
Well, it's not just the two of you. You see, I went out.
Just the two. Oh,
I went out last night to retrieve an item that I was borrowing from someone to do a little more investigating, and I went to pick it up at the drop-off point, and instead of finding what I was looking for, I found a severed hand, a bloody stump
Ooh.
severed hand, just in a dumpster. Now that is a little awkward, but it only got more awkward when Officer Loliola showed up, and I very much had to spend some time convincing her that I was not the one who cut the hand off nor placed it there to begin with. After her pinning me up against a wall with a gun in my face and some very heated discussion about probability and alibis, we did manage to calm things down a bit and take a closer look at the hand, and it had a tattoo right between the thumb and the forefinger that said OU812. Now, Loliola, being the beat cop that she is, recognized it belonged to someone named Diamond Dave, a local color character, we'll call him. Now, we don't know where the rest of the body is, but just to be safe, the officer did take the hand into evidence, and she said she would update me if they found anything else. And I have a feeling that the bloody stump might have had something to do with the dream that I had that night. You see, I was back in that same alley, right next to the dumpster, and every so often I would hear a scream, and I would run towards it, turn a corner, and I would be right back at that dumpster. Same spot. And then I'd hear another scream, and I'd turn another corner, right back at that dumpster. And then another scream, and another corner, and no matter which way I went, no matter where I looked, no matter how I turned or ran, I always ended up trapped in that back alley next to that dumpster with someone screaming helplessly somewhere off in the dark mists.
Why didn't you help him?
Because I wasn't getting enough sleep.
It happens.
All right, there's no connection. His dream wasn't about Charles Blaine.
Yeah. Anyway, Roy, what should we do?
All right. This city's messing with us.
Yeah, it's either the city or something to do with these paintings and pictures. Or Charles, maybe trying to send us a message.
He has my phone number.
Rocky, was it a woman's scream or a man's scream? Could you tell?
I couldn't. It was
You can tell
a
us.
scream, but it was that kind of just scream of sheer
Okay.
terror and panic that it was in that territory of it could have gone either way, honestly.
Well, I say we just continue working any leads that we have. I mean, the last thing that we got off those photos were streets. Let's look at a map.
Yeah, can't hurt.
It's a picture of a place and it shows you surroundings and streets.
I know what Gary, Indiana is.
Okay, sorry.
Clearly, Charles Blaine is in Gary, Indiana.
He's probably in Deep River.
Rocky, with the mind
Or
for
maybe the
detail,
Long Lake.
do you mind looking at the map? It's on your screen.
Yeah, but this one I can't zoom in on, and there are no street names. So it's not exactly helpful.
That one's named Desire. I see it right there.
Yeah, so I'm not
So
going
that's
to
the
make you
street
guys.
No, yeah,
I'm not
we
going to make
figured.
you guys actually try to look at a map. So what we can do is just basically you're trying to find out whether or not the streets that were listed in the photographs have some sort of physical, pretty apparent connection of sorts. Is there any relationship between these? Right. And it's pretty clear that they don't match up. They don't connect up to form any particular pattern that you can see. There's nothing that. Yeah, exactly. I actually thought about doing that, but no. I mean, the only thing that you can tell. Why don't you go ahead and give me, Rocky, let's say, I think library use would be sufficient here. And you can take a bonus die because the guys are helping you.
All right.
Or, there it is. Right there.
Yeah.
No, that's not the right one.
It's
There
the
you
right
go.
one.
I rolled an 80, or I needed an 80. I rolled a 60, which is already a success, but let's see if we can't make that a little bit lower.
Yeah.
Nope.
60
Zero
or 30.
success. Okay.
Oh, now
So-
we failed.
So Rocky's taking a look at the phone, kind of trying to find, pinching and zooming, and just trying to figure out, is there any connection between these things? And the best you can find out is that each of these streets, in some way, shape, or form, is along a subway route, but there are no subway stations at these particular locations.
I mean, we have had sightings of the dog man thing in the subway tunnels, so maybe that's where everything is leading us to. Maybe there's something under the city.
Choo-choo.
No, Choo Choo McGee was the husband of the lady whose dog was.
Yes, and he's
No.
also in charge of the Grand Central Station.
He's a subway
No, he just-
administrator.
He's a subway administrator.
Who works at
that's
He makes
funny.
sandwiches.
That's in the name.
Oh,
Come on.
he's a sandwich artist.
Yeah,
Exactly.
dead giveaway game, you think?
So definitely we're not visiting that creeper.
Oh God, no.
Creeper.
Anyone
Oh,
want a
man.
sandwich though?
Yeah, let's go get a sandwich.
From Subway, maybe?
No, we're in New York. There's so many delis.
Hell yes.
Yeah, but the
never
small
been to
New
so
York
many.
delis can't sponsor us like Subway can.
Yeah,
Hashtag
they can. I would
sponsored by
absolutely
Sponsor
read a
us,
commercial
Subway.
for Chuck's Deli.
Chuck's Deli. Go
If
to New
you
York.
have a business in New York and it's called Chuck's Deli, sponsor us.
No, here's a
Any other
free ad
deli
read
need
for
not
any
apply.
Chuck's Delis
We'll just
out there.
We'll just send him a bill.
Hey, here's Bill. He's going to collect
Hey,
From Chuck's
you
Deli.
got the money?
your money.
Well, let's finish up here and see if we can catch Choo Choo McGee.
Any other leads that are pending that you'd want to check out?
I also need to make a phone call real quick. I did manage to acquire the location of our mysterious artist, and we probably should go visit at some time. However, I have been advised that it would probably be best if we called ahead of time.
Shouldn't you call the
All
person you're going to see instead of ahead of time?
Yeah,
Ahead of time is their booking agent.
Oh, yes. Well, why don't you call now and we can plan our day around availability. We'll wait.
But I mean, someone else should probably call, considering nobody ever answers my phone calls ever.
That doesn't
Well,
seem like
First
our
check and see if
fault.
you have a signal.
I don't. I'm not even gonna look. I just don't have a signal.
You guys
That's
have a
given.
payphone that takes dimes?
I need a landline.
Land shark.
Oh,
Try
God,
it
not the land shark.
Try it anyway, Rocky.
Gonna pull out my phone and
You gonna whip it
Flip.
out?
start playing Candy Crush. Going to pull out the sheet of paper that has the phone number on it, and we are going to dial Marigold's phone number and see who picks up, if anybody.
Okay. Yeah, you get a answering machine that says, "Hello, you've reached ODPRT Studios. Please leave a message."
Yes. Hello. I received this number from the curator over at the Zepter Museum of Art. I was hoping to maybe have some sort of face-to-face meet with you. I'd like to ask you a few questions, particularly a few relating to your old friend Charles Blaine.
And you hear the receiver pick up, "Hello."
Yes, hello. I assume that you are the artist known formerly as MRGLD or Prince. It's one of the two. I can never
Or Prince,
remember.
yeah. I'm just a symbol now. That's
Snoop
all I am.
Lion?
Yes, you said you got this number from Barnard?
Yes. I was at the exhibit for your latest pieces last night, and I happened to notice that, well, in one of your photos, one of the subjects was one Charles Blaine.
Oh, Charles Blaine, you say? Well, I'm quite busy right now. Could you perhaps stop by the studio? We could talk about this more.
Yes, of course. Just whenever is convenient for you. When should I be there?
What are you doing right now?
We're currently eating. I mean, we're at a... Yes, I do have a pair of companions with me. We travel as a team of sorts.
I'm a bit of an agoraphobe. Would you mind coming along?
Oh, of course. If that is what makes you comfortable, then I will be there on my own. Just
you.
me. Only Monica. Me.
You have the address?
Yes. Bernard gave that to me as well.
All right. I will see you soon. I'll be expecting you.
All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate the opportunity.
Goodbye. Click.
You can't just say click. You have to hang up the phone. It doesn't work that way.
Then you hear.
She knew how it worked.
I don't believe that anyone.
I can hear you gasping. It's not. You have to hang up the phone. You can't just make the noises. Why does nobody around here know how a phone works? I don't get it.
And then the call is terminated.
Termination. Yeah.
Well, if you two feel like
Chicken?
saying hello to old Choo Choo McGee, I believe I have to head towards Broadway for a meeting with our artist friend.
Will you be okay to go alone?
She specifically said she's a bit of an agoraphobe.
Well, she doesn't have to come outside. We could wait outside for you if that makes you feel comfortable.
We can just go see Choo Choo.
Or we can go see Choo Choo. I just want to make sure that we're covering each other's backs. After the experience last night?
I know there's some magical force that makes me want to split up.
I'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
All right. Keep your phone handy.
He said, "Keep it handy, not give it handy."
Yeah. Jeez.
Keep
Jeez.
giving it handy.
Oh,
I stay here.
This is a
and you
serious
go.
podcast, guys. This is a serious podcast.
I pee freely.
No jokes.
All right. So what's happening, guys?
Roy,
So
you
I'm
want to go
heading-
check out Choo Choo?
Yeah, he's a cool guy, I imagine.
Okay.
And I guess I'm going to go visit Marigold.
All right. So Soho being a little ways away, you have a few options. You can catch a taxi, Uber, bus,
A boober?
subway.
I'm going to catch a goober.
A goofy goober? Yeah. Because I'm a goofy goober, and you're a
Should-
goofy goober.
Should we
We're all
try to...
goofy goobers.
Grand Central Station is only a few blocks away.
Ay, Dios mío, es muy magnífica.
Yeah, if you'll turn your attention to the map, you'll see that the hotel is dang close to the subway. Yep. Very close to Grand
The
Central
subway's
Station.
right there.
It's actually right about there.
Are you sure the subway isn't
That's
like over
convenient
here?
for us.
Okay.
And actually, let me double check, make sure I've got map background. yeah, you guys should be able to see that, right?
We're close to the hotel at our restaurant.
I can see the
so-
hotel icon.
But not the other one.
No.
No,
alright,
I see a hotel and the art museum are the
Art
only
museum.
two.
Okay, yeah. So Grand Central Station is. I'm going to put this on the map layer. Bink. There you go. You got Zepter down there. Yep.
Yep.
And you've
train.
got.
It's a huge ass train.
I believe this is the location of DBRT.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and show that to you on the
Oh,
map
thank
layer. There you go. Not too far away from Zepter.
It's a blob.
So you can see you've got a little ways to go. But Roy and Pippa could
Couple
easily
blocks.
walk to Grand Central. Yeah.
Yeah.
No big deal.
You up for a walk, Roy?
Yeah.
Cool.
Me too.
So
Let's work off this breakfast.
you guys work off the breakfast, head off to Grand Central Station. Hi, Swing a Butt More. Thanks for subscribing.
Oh, Chris, with the subscription.
Look at him go. Thank you.
I can't.
Uh,
I can't see him.
And then, Rocky, you said you were going to grab a taxi. Is that right? Or...
And we'll walk outside. Hey, yo, taxi! Ah, right here.
Nice.
They just hit you.
So you grab a taxi. So let's go ahead and let's do the choo-choo thing first. That sounds like fun. So Roy and Pippa move just a few blocks, and excuse me.
You're excused.
I'm just trying to find that little section because I had DPRD
Okay.
all situated here. There we go. You're kindly directed down a flight of wide tiled steps to a series of small offices that are on the same level as the lower stations and overlook the tracks. It takes only a few minutes to find the one you're looking for, and it's clearly marked McGee, Administrator. Inside, you can see a stoop-shouldered, gray-haired old man dressed in denim overalls and plaid shirt, frantically punching buttons on a computer keyboard and sorting through a tall stack of loose-leaf papers. His once blue eyes are now stone-colored behind smeared bifocals, but there is an intelligence and intensity to his gaze.
Let me pull up that thing again.
Tell me what you're doing.
I'm thinking about it. I know we need to ask him about the streets and how they correlate with the run of the subway, what they would have in common. But I'm not sure how to get the information from him, what story to tell him to get that information.
Okay. Hold on.
You have any ideas, Roy?
And I'll approach.
What's that mean?
And I'll walk up to him.
His door's closed. He's in his
Hey,
office.
he's walking here.
Okay. I thought with your description we were already
Yeah,
in there
so was
because we
I.
could see him. Okay, good. This is better. I'm gonna pull Roy aside real quick. Be like, we need to get this information but we need to have him give it freely, obviously. I'm not sure. I don't want to impersonate anybody, obviously, because he's going to see right through that. I'm sure he sees that junk all day long. How can we approach this?
I don't need to impersonate anybody. I am an investigator.
Okay, where's your credentials, sir?
They're around.
Okay, that's the first thing he's going to ask for. We need to
can
be
quiz
prepared for
me.
this one. Okay. If you think you can handle it, I'm going to sneak down the subway tunnel myself and see what I can find, a dog or something. Yeah? You think you
yeah,
got
I
this?
guess
Filter
they
listen
don't have
roll,
my
and
credentials
there's the
on me.
train. You're flattened.
Sir, you're in a cab somewhere.
Oh, that was my
s-
Facebook status update.
Did you sense that, Rocky? I'll back you up in whatever you want to do. I just know we need to get this information.
Back that ass up.
Should we just be honest and say we're investigating and we'd like his help?
I guess.
Might be the way to go, honestly, in this situation.
I've never tried it, but it
I
could
haven't
work.
either. All right, well, I'm going to knock. Rat-tat-tat that ass.
Yeah,
You
come
are the
in.
one who knocks.
Mr. McGee?
Yeah, come in. Have a seat.
I'm
I
not
just
sitting.
hang on just a second. I gotta get this thing in. I'm a hunting pecker, so just gonna take me a minute. All right, just have a seat, both of you. I'll
You're
be with you in
hunting
a
for
second.
what?
I'm hunting my pecker. I haven't seen it since 1983.
The doctor said I have a dicky-do. My stomach
Dicky-do.
sticks out further than my dicky-do.
And exclamation point. All right, what can I do for you?
Well, to be 100% honest, we're investigating some sightings of a dog-type creature that's
Dog
been
type creature. Okay.
attacking people. Have you heard anything about that?
Oh, wait a minute. Are you the two youngsters who help out my girl?
Yes, we are.
That stupid dog of hers?
Yes.
Brutus. I would just get another one down to the pet shop. It's no big deal.
If that were only the problem.
I appreciate you guys helping, That's nice of you. You guys
it was-
want a $5 or something?
No, I can't ask those people to do more than they already are doing
I'll
on
take one.
Fiverr.
I don't know $5. I'm not hip on the things. What can I do for you?
We just wanted to ask you a couple questions, if you don't mind.
Ask away. Yep, I'm all ears.
I'm going to slide over the
Plus all
piece of
this
paper
hair.
with all the streets on them. Say, does this look familiar to you for any reason? Like, is there a subway run that goes under all of these, or?
All right, give me a second here. He punches a couple things in the computer.
God damn it.
Looks at the thing.
Computer.
Looks up at you. Kind of looks at both of you really intensely.
And I'll
Goes back
wave.
to the
He's invisible.
and types a few more things in, and he's like, "So, where'd you guys get this list?"
We went to an art gallery, surprisingly enough, and all of these were on every picture in the art gallery.
Well,
We have
right,
reason to
that's weird.
believe that the dog is going to these locations.
The dog. You mean the thing that people see?
Yeah.
Dog.
Yeah.
A naked wolf.
Well, it sounds weird, but I've seen weirder down here. You know what I'm
I
saying?
could only imagine.
Yeah.
What have you seen?
I've seen. There was a guy on the subway just the other week. He had like a dead parrot in his hand. That thing had gone to the
Ooh.
heavenly choir, and he was just picking like the feathers one by one off of its little corpse. I'm not sure, but it took, left quite a mess, I must say, and people.
He
were not
was
very
no
happy.
more.
He was no more. The parrot was no more. He was an ex-parrot.
Let me ask you something. Are mole people
sir.
real?
Oh, you better believe mole people are real around here. I mean,
That's what I thought.
there's all kinds of things. And honestly, guys, I have to say, this whole gray dog thing,
Mhm.
it's been around for a little while now. And I I may have seen something. My eyes
Really?
ain't that good, so I don't really know. I'm not going to be an eyewitness to nothing because who gives a shit? But, you know, I've seen things, and I would not be surprised if there's something creeping around down here. You know what I'm saying? But more importantly, and back to the point here, so you saw these streets listed on some paintings at an art gallery?
They were photos, but yeah.
Oh, photos. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you got one of those photos with you or anything? Can I take a look? Maybe you took a
Ooh,
photo of you with your phone or something?
Did we take that with us, or does Rocky have that?
You mean the actual painting that Roy stole?
Yeah. Okay,
That's
I
probably
couldn't
back at the
remember.
hotel.
Okay, under his bed, yes.
But yeah, none of you guys thought to take a photo of the photos.
Did I take a photo of the photo? I think I might have.
Did you?
I think
Yeah,
I
that's
did.
generally strongly frowned upon when you're in an art
I know,
gallery.
but I think I
gallery.
secretly did. The one of Chuck, yeah.
Hey, let me take a look at that.
Hold on, I gotta turn my page back. And scene.
And see. My eyes ain't so good, so I'm going to just pinch and zoom here. You don't mind pinch and zoom? And he uses 2 fingers to pinch and zoom. Just
Nice.
It's easier.
As he
It's a lot
coughs,
easier.
little phlegm globules
Phlegm
on the
globs,
screen.
Yeah. He's like,
Sorry, had a Reuben.
well, it's funny because I haven't seen this photo in a while. I mean, not with a guy, of course, but
Really?
this is the old 76th Street station. It's
Yes, that's the street name that was underneath it, underneath the photo.
well, it's funny because that station doesn't exist.
Are those tunnel? Is that tunnel supposed to be a subway station entrance?
Well, here's the funny thing. I'll give you a little history lesson here, okay?
Thank
So
you.
back in 1948. Okay, this was a little before my time, even if you can believe it. I mean, looking at me, you'd think I'd be around, kicking around, but I didn't work for the city back then. So, but back in 1948, supposedly the 76th Street station was in operation, but for like a month. And then they sealed it off because they figured out a different way to do it. And they finally sealed it off in 1952. But ever since then, because it was such a short span of time, it kind of got forgotten and nobody really knows where it's located. But I recognize that keystone, and that was like one of the signature things they did at all of the early stations, and most of those are abandoned now, and you can't even find them. There's been some like urban explorers out looking. They usually like haunt the parks at night, looking for these stations and secret entrances, supposedly down the subway. And 76th Street Station, that's one of them.
That's so crazy.
It's so weird. Like, so who's this guy standing in front of the thing? Is he like one of them urban explorer types?
You know what? I'm a realtor from Arkham, and he was my client. So this is really, really strange for me.
But he's supposed to be gone.
And we kind of came here hoping to find him because I was supposed to sell his house, which has since been destroyed. So I kind of need to get in touch with him. And then we saw these pictures, and we're trying to figure it out.
Yeah, it's very strange. I mean, he looks kind of familiar to me. I don't know why, but what's his name?
Charles Blaine.
Oh, that
of
guy
76 Blaines.
That guy that killed all them people up at the island resort up north there?
Allegedly?
Yeah, that is the same person, but he didn't kill the people.
He didn't?
He didn't kill anybody.
Well, who did?
They think it was a serial killer that escaped from the cornfield. I don't know.
It was the children of the corn.
It was the children of the corn, sir. They said it was a gray man-like dog.
Nice. Yeah, I don't. There was some story, but yeah, like his daughter and stuff. I guess was there, but he killed a bunch of people. That's what I read, anyways. I mean, it was in the New York Times for a little while there.
Yeah, I think I remember that story too. But I doubt it's the same person. If it is, he wasn't the person that did this because, I mean,
It's a different Charles Blaine.
It's
Just
gotta
trust
be.
me on that.
Oh,
It's a common name.
yeah. Oh, a different Charles Blaine. Okay, all right. Well, yeah, I meant. Yeah, it's I don't know. I had a friend back at the FBI once upon a time, and he said
What
there
was
was
his
something
name?
strange about that. What was his name? I gotta look it up here. Give me 2
Yeah.
seconds while I pull up
Yeah.
the NPC handout here. Actually, I'm in the wrong goddamn thing.
He's not pulling up an NPC name generator. Don't question
No.
him.
I got the one guy. I got the one guy in my back pocket.
Oh, you know that? Yeah, that one guy from the place who does the
Are we
thing with
still
the
on
stuff,
page
huh?
18 for the script? Or
Yeah, I don't know if you know. It was
No, this is top of 19,
my
Brian.
buddy's
Oh.
name is Bancroft.
Bancroft.
Oh, did he ever do any work at the Massachusetts division?
Oh yeah, you know him?
Yeah, I got some FBI connections.
Oh yeah, Frank Bancroft.
Yeah, he was quite the jokester.
He still is. I can give him a buzz if you want. This is actually very interesting to him, and I'm sure he'd like to see this photo in particular. Hey, ma'am, do you mind if I? Would you mind just sending me a copy of that?
Can you just take a picture of my picture off my phone?
I
I'll send,
I
I'll
could.
send
Needs
it
more
to you.
JPEG.
Oh, I'm joking. I touch his arm. I'm just kidding.
Thank you.
Of course
I
I'll send it
appreciate
to you.
that. Yeah. I'd like to get this off to my buddy Frank because we used to play poker back in the day, and he'd come down into the city, and he's this will be a real feather in my cap. You know what I'm saying?
Sheesh.
Appreciate this.
And what's your phone number?
588-2300
Empire.
And it's sent.
Empire.
Let me make sure you got it.
Oh yeah, thanks. Got it right here. Yeah, I'll get this off to him a little bit later today. So, what are you guys doing right now?
Talking to me.
Giggity.
Yeah, we're hoping to, I don't know, obviously try to find what these meant, but you gave us as much information that we could get, I think, but nothing at this point.
Well, hey guys, what if I told you I know a way? 76th Street Station.
That would be amazing.
All right. Well, do you guys feel like taking a little spelunk down the tunnels?
I'm not a good swimmer. Is there water involved here?
There's all kinds of water. It's all completely underwater.
Oh, shoot.
I'm down.
No, it's fine. It's fine. No, but it's actually it's going to be a bit of a walk. It's about 3 miles,
Oh no.
Oh, I'm
but
fine with
actually,
that.
you will die.
I'm fine
and
with that.
it's quite dark now. But if you stick close to me, we could probably make it in just like an hour or so.
Yeah, I'm up for it. I say let's go. Roy, are you good with that?
Of course.
All right.
Let me check
Great.
my
Well,
inventory.
just let me talk to Sally. She's gonna make sure that I got somebody to cover my shift here. But fuck it. Who cares?
Crash the train.
What are they gonna do? I'm just the administrator now. I don't really flip
Yeah.
any switches, any of that shit.
You admitted the straighters.
All right, give me
I get
2
it.
seconds. I gotta make a quick phone call. He dials up the phone. Yeah, honey, I'm gonna. No, we're not getting a fucking dog. We'll talk about it later. I got people here, and we're just gonna go for a little. No, I don't. Pomeranian, no. Look, I'm not gonna be in for lunch. I got a little bit of a. Hey, you're always asking me to go for walks. I'm gonna go for a walk. All right, so just
Hurry up, the water's getting cold.
What? Huh? All right. So I'll see you tonight. All right. Love you too, honey. Right. Great. All right. Yeah. Let's go. Just follow me, guys. Now you're not skittish. You don't mind rats and stuff like that.
No, I love rats.
Not
Of course I hate rats.
Not afraid of the dark or anything like that.
Yes, I'm afraid of the dark too. Do you
All
have
right.
a flashlight?
Good.
I have a flashlight. Don't worry.
Hey, here
Okay.
you go. Here's flashlights all around. These are the
Oh, nice.
big heavy ones. So You know,
Mag lights.
if you see
Yeah.
like a big rat, just take a good swing at it.
Do you have any pizza?
No,
I'll just
pieces
throw
down there.
pieces of pizza to them and
Nah,
run.
Try
Do
not
you have any
to.
booze?
Well, I got a little snifter here.
Let's get lit.
Let's get lit, bitch. let's get lit like it's Gary, Indiana. Oh.
So blackout drunk.
Oh, you're gonna hate yourself when you listen to that to edit later.
Mhm.
Our woos.
Honestly, yes. All right, so we'll leave you guys there as you trudge down a short flight of steps from the administration office and onto gravel. Nearby, you can see the rails leading off into dark, separate tunnels, and the noise from the people on the station platforms, as well as the arriving and departing trains, is deafening. And yet, he takes you down a central station, a central tunnel that appears to be defunct. None of the trains are running on this particular line, and you disappear into the dark with only the sound of your shoes on the gravel. Rocky, the taxi drops you off at the spot, 556 Broadway.
Back to Pippa and Roy.
Between a busy sushi place and a rundown used bookstore squats DBRT Studio, a narrow, two-story unadorned building with a plain door painted gray closed behind a welded wire guard door. A small sign with a phone number hangs to the right of the entrance proclaiming, "No soliciting, appointment only." A miasma of foreboding projects from the flat, black painted windows. A miasma of foreboding projects from the flat, black painted windows on the second floor.
Going to step up to the door and look at the phone number and make sure it's the same one.
It is.
All right. I'm going to pull up my phone and redial that same number.
And as you do so and you start to hear it ring, the front door opens. The gray door opens behind the wire, and you see a woman who appears to be in her early 50s, but takes very good care of her skin. And she's dressed in a white chiffon dress that hides her feet, so it almost looks like she's hovering. It's very billowy and gossamer. And she steps into the daylight looking up and down the street. And she says, "Hello."
Yes, I'm the one who called earlier.
"Oh, yes, please come in." And she opens up
Oh,
the guard door.
cool. I'm going to step in quickly.
Inside, the lower level is obviously being used for storage of art materials, including massive rolls of canvas, boxes, paint cans, crates, rollers, and brushes, as well as tripods, portable lights, and various equipment for photography. It reeks of sandalwood, solvent, and developing fluid. A rickety-looking staircase meanders upward. And she says, "This is my studio. Please follow me." And she goes up the stairs.
It's a very nice space you have here. It's,
Thank you.
from what I understand, a rarity to have this much square footage in New York.
It's been in my family for a long time.
Ah.
And she ushers you upstairs into a loft that clearly functions as living quarters. There are no walls or partitions to hide a sprawling and sumptuous circular-shaped bed, a clawfoot ivory bathtub big enough for two, a small kitchenette, and a black leather upholstered desk. And she immediately goes behind the desk and sits down and motions towards the chair opposite.
It's a very nice place you have here. It's what did the kids say? Open concept. And I'm gonna stroll over and sit down in the chair.
Well, thank you. Yes, I really enjoy it here. It's quintessential New York, you might say. So, are you my mysterious donor from last night?
That would be me, yes.
Well, thank you. It's so difficult to gain monetary support in this city, and I really appreciate it. Thank you.
No, after seeing the photos you had on display, it's exquisitely done, by the way.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm very proud of this series, and I think it will hopefully fetch some critical notoriety.
If it doesn't, I'd say they don't know what they're missing out on.
I appreciate that. Now, you did mention something about Charles Blaine?
Yes, you see, I was viewing the photographs in your exhibit, and the one labeled 76th Street, the subject in that photo, very much looks to be one Charles Blaine.
Oh, well, that's because it was him. Or at least he claimed it was him.
He claimed it was him.
I mean, I didn't check credentials.
Uh,
He said he was Charles Blaine. What is your connection to Charles Blaine?
I'm attempting to locate him. You see, I happened to find something strange underneath his house. And
Something strange.
it's an artifact of sorts. It was
I see.
here. Let me. I have a photo, and I'm going to show her. Pull out my phone and show her a picture of the staff. See, we found this in a glass case, hidden in a secret laboratory of sorts, deep underneath the house.
I know this. This was crafted by my family. We're artists, and this is clearly of Serbian quality. You see this here, this spot here? That's our family name, Odebrati.
Ah, so that's where. You see, we thought it was just a hotel, not.
No. My family is from Serbia.
Ah.
And I am, of course, many generations hence. But our family used to own the hotel. It used to be a studio, my father's. And this is clearly something that we have crafted. If you'll see that, I know you're probably not well versed in sculpture, but if you were to compare the filigree here around the artifact, you can see if I pinch and zoom, it matches the sconces at the hotel. That is what our family did. We produced these things. Do you have the artifact with you? I would really love to examine it more.
Yes, it is actually back at the hotel Odebrati right now. We brought it with us.
Under the bed.
Well, I mean, if you would like to know more information about it, I would need to examine it. If you could bring it to my studio,
Of course.
I
Of course.
could spend some time with it.
Yes, of course. I will be sure to retrieve that as soon as we are done with our conversation. You see, there have been some strange happenings around Mr. Blaine. And we currently, like as I said, are attempting to locate him. You see, we found a key hidden in a compartment inside of the artifact.
Mm-hmm.
And we found out that it led to room 217 inside the hotel. And when we opened the door, we found the room adorned with paintings.
Okay.
Paintings that resembled very closely the photographs that were in your exhibit last night.
I see. Okay. I don't have any connection to the hotel currently. Our family sold it off back in the late 80s to the Diamond Group, I believe it was.
Yes, that's
so I'm
what
not
the
sure what
manager said.
217, yeah.
See, I heard the other thing was that it explains a few things. See, the artifact had a shipping manifest with it, and it said that it was delivered to that, at least the address of the hotel. I'm assuming at the time it was a studio, back probably before you sold it off.
Mm-hmm.
I heard somewhere that your family, if someone or your family had a connection with Charles, and they would often go on hunts for these strange artifacts.
I think so. I think I remember Charles saying something like that, but he did approach me because I'm pretty well known for knowing the subway a bit. Particularly, I have an interest in the abandoned subway tunnels. The old subway stations that the New York City abandoned back in the 40s and 50s. And he was particularly interested in the one on 76th Street. I knew how to get there, and that's why we took the photo. That's where we took the photo.
Interesting. So are all of those photos subway tunnels or entrances to
Yes.
abandoned? Okay.
Yeah, it's actually part of my theme in my work. I've been trying to figure out a way to represent them. And it took me a long time. It's actually taking me more than 10 years to assemble this collection of 12.
Wow, that's dedication.
Thank you. I appreciate it. That is what art must be. Dedicated, time consuming, trial and error. And thankfully, Charles was game for it. And he asked me if there was some place that he could hide out. And he's still there.
And if you don't mind me asking, where would that be?
Well, it's well hidden. There are a few entrances, but there's one sure way to get there. I've arranged with some of my people to allow access for certain folks like Charles. If you like, I could arrange it for you if you want to visit the station.
Yes, of course. Only if it's. I don't want to, waste any of your time or resources.
No,
If it's
you've been more than gracious with your donation, and I really appreciate it. And she reaches into her desk drawer and pulls out what appears to be some sort of subway ticket, but it's gold in color, and emblazoned with mystical symbols. And she slides it
Hard not
across.
to make Willy Wonka jokes right now.
I know. I tried to. Golden ticket. She slides it across the desk to you and looks you directly in the eyes and says, "You must take the Green Line north at precisely midnight. The train will stop at no station, seemingly. Get off the train, walk 50 yards straight ahead. There will only be one door that is open, and you will come to the 76th Street station, and Charles will greet you there."
What?
Are you a friend of his?
Well, I'm traveling with a friend of his, and I did know his daughter. So
Well, I'm sure
we're-
he would appreciate the company.
yes. Thank you. This has been very helpful. As I said, I'll be sure to get that the artifact back here to you as
Oh,
soon
yes,
as I
I would
can.
really love to see that.
Oh, no, of course. Also, I do have to say I really did appreciate the subway focus of your art. You see, I've spent some time myself down in the old City Hall station, and really the artwork, the archways on those ceilings, the Gothic styling is fantastic.
Thank you.
A lot of people don't appreciate the work and some of the artistry that's in some of these stations.
Absolutely. That is exactly my point. I am trying to unearth history and present it to people who may not know better and will be astounded at what is hidden beneath our feet.
Thank you. Like I said, I will head back to the hotel and make sure I get that to you post haste.
Thank you.
One other thing, it's gonna be a little strange.
Yes.
We've been hearing stories of a very lanky, gray-skinned dog man thing running around the subway tunnels. You wouldn't happen to know?
I mean, I've heard stories, but I would love to photograph something like that, believe me, but I can be a little squeamish about things, so I don't think I have the stomach for something like that. But if you happen to find something, please let me know, because I would love to. I would love to get photographic evidence of something that bizarre.
Yes. Yeah, if I happen to find him down there, I'll be sure to ask for a portrait of
Or her.
for you.
Or her.
Or her. It really, I shouldn't assume genders.
Exactly.
They. I will get a portrait of them for you.
They. Thank you. Well, I apologize. I'm so sorry. I as you know, I am Marigold. What was your name?
Rocky Arroyo.
Oh, pleasure to meet you. And she reaches across and shakes your hand.
Oh.
And
I am
everything
going
goes
to
dark.
need you to make
Bum, bum, bum.
3 D100 rolls.
Oh, jeez, I was joking. All right,
Can't believe you've done this.
77, 19, 46.
Okay.
Ironically, the combination to my logger line.
What?
How does that happen?
My stupid PIN number.
All right. Give me 2 seconds here while I take a look at your character sheet.
Oh,
1,000.
lovely. Yes, I do have 99s and everything. Why do you ask?
Mm-hmm.
Why'd all your hit points disappear?
Holy
Hey
shit.
guys, anyone not see my?
I had
Oh.
no idea. I had no idea.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Oh, I don't like.
So-
Whenever he makes those kinds of noises, it's never good.
No
Goodbye,
clue.
Rocky.
I had no idea that you were gonna die instantly.
And all
Who knew?
I'm just-
Oopsie.
Who
Oopsie
knew?
poopsie.
All right. Let me think how to parse this.
Kill you.
I just took 77 points of damage and then 19 more points of damage and then 46 more points of damage.
Oh, Jesus. Well, you were dead after the first 7, so
Yeah.
just
It
insult to
was so much
injury at
damage,
this
I came
point.
back to life and then I got killed again.
Oh.
Whoops.
You know what my luck is at right now, guys?
What?
42.
Nice. Thanks.
The answer to
answer
life,
to
the universe,
everything.
and
You're
everything.
Beautiful.
freaking
Okay.
cool.
So, wow, I think this is actually
Oh.
so. As you shake her hand, and she basically thanks you for coming, and she really looks forward to seeing your
Hot dog?
cock and balls. No.
God damn it.
Looking forward to seeing the artifact later.
Same thing.
You get the distinct impression that she's clearly lying about something.
I knew it.
And if your spidey senses are tingling just right, she's clearly trying to lure you into some sort of ambush.
Bushes will poke you. Really
You
not
also
comfortable.
notice, as you stand up to leave, beneath the black leather desk, set into the floor, you can see a hinge that clearly represents a floor safe, a fire safe installed into the floor beneath the desk.
And the combination is 77, 19, 46.
I'm writing that down.
Exactly. And she takes you downstairs. You take one last look around the lower level, all the boxes and crates and rolls of canvas. And just as you're about ready to leave through the front door, you notice that there's a penny lying on the ground. And it's
Penny?
the year 1990. Do you want to do anything before she ushers you out the front door?
Am I close enough to scoop the penny up, or is it like
Yep.
I'm going to, as nonchalantly as possible, try and scoop the penny up on the way out.
So you reach down and try to pick up the penny, and it's clearly one of those trick pennies that's been glued to the
Glued
floor.
to the floor?
Oh.
So you go through an awkward moment where you're stooped over and you can hear a snicker behind you.
Oh, it's a good one.
Did you drop something?
I have not seen that one since my college
He's
years.
down there with his credit card trying to peel it off.
You got me good there.
I did. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I-
I'm sorry. I couldn't resist it. You would
Oh,
not
no,
believe
I
the
get
amount
it.
of folks who stop and try to pick up the pennies. So you're
I
not
mean,
alone.
hey, a penny saved is a penny earned.
Exactly. Well,
mean,
you
you
enjoy
got
the
me
rest
this
of your
time.
day, and please send over the artifact as soon as
Oh,
possible.
of course. Again, thank you for everything. I really appreciate all your help here. I just, also the penny was I give you that was a good one, but takes a lot to pull something over on someone like me. I'm a lot sharper than I appear, and usually I spot these things coming from a mile away, and those who usually those who do try to pull one over on me will. It's the last thing they try and pull.
Well noted.
Tug.
Goodbye. And she closes the door with a slight smirk.
You've got goodbye. Oh,
AOL.
Pippa.
but I still have 1,000 free hours.
Yeah. Pippa and Rocky.
Mm.
You've been trudging for quite some time with Choo Choo.
You mean Roy? I'm Rocky.
I'm sorry. Pippa and Roy. You've
doesn't
been
actually
trudging for
care
quite
about
some
us.
time with Choo Choo in the lead, clearly outpacing you.
Yeah.
This old man is quite
Possessed.
hardy and even though he's stoop-shouldered and walks with a wide gait, he's constantly looking over his shoulder to make sure that you're still behind him. And keeping up a patter the entire time. So, what brings you in the city?
A car.
Other than a car. Yeah, I've heard that one 1,000 times.
Sorry.
Smart asses.
Remembering my dad's jokes. Oh.
Oh, your dad.
came for the
Is he
game.
around still?
No,
Who was
unfortunately
your
not.
pops? Who was your pops?
Tell you he did.
Maybe I knew him.
Who was my dad? Jesus.
You don't
What
know
is
your
your
dad's
daddy and
name?
what does he do?
I do. I just got to look it up.
How about you, Mr. Arroyo? Who was your dad?
Definitely not pulling up a character name generator right
Your
now.
dad was a great man.
Aren't they all, though? Yeah.
No.
It's a
That was his
Yeah,
name.
no.
Our is a great name, Arroyo.
great name. Great
We
name.
we never understood why they named him that.
Can't be topped.
No, Can't Be Topped was his brother.
2 Utes.
Yeah, anyways, I don't give a shit. So,
Thanks.
don't bother looking it up. It's fine. Don't bother with a random name generator. It doesn't matter.
Oh, no. He has a name.
Now let's see. Which of these tunnels? Shit. I'm sorry, guys. It's been a little while since I've been down this way. What do you think?
That's very
Left or
promising.
right?
Oh, I don't know.
Left.
Come on, ride the train. Choo choo, ride it.
Come on, ride the
Thomas.
Oh God,
If
Skyrim.
Thomas popped out of the tunnel, I would run.
I remember. I'm sorry, guys. It's I just had I forgot my Wheaties this morning, so it's
Your
down.
weenies?
It's down the left here. So come on, try to keep up. All right. And he starts
All right,
trudging
I'm
down the
gonna-
left tunnel.
I'm going to elbow Roy and just say, let's keep an eye on him.
He seems like a good guy.
Stop shining the flashlight in my face just to talk to me. You don't need to shine it in my eyes.
He seems like a good guy.
Yeah.
Just a little little scatterbrained is all.
Little
Okay.
scatterbrained.
Well, let's just be extra cautious, okay? And then I start walking to
Cool.
catch up.
Yep. So you finish up your conversation there, and yeah, sure enough, Roy got a little handsy with the flashlight, little loose and free with the flashlight. So by the time your sight comes back to normal, to full, you realize you don't see Choo Choo anywhere.
That is not good. I call out, Choo Choo,
Motherfucker.
where did you go?
Go.
Where did you
go?
go? Where did you go? I look back at
People
Roy and
blow
I go,
sticks go
Roy,
up out of
get up
nowhere."
here. I do not want to be alone.
Wow, there's just a ton of rats and
You're
whatever.
the only
down
one
here.
with the flashlight, and I hate rats.
He handed
you
you,
got a
one. Why
flashlight,
don't
too.
you have it?
I do. Oh yeah, that's right.
You have a flashlight.
Just because you threw
That's
it in
why
the
mine
water.
isn't working. Damn it, Randy.
Gotta put the
Oh, it's
battery in.
working.
Where did he go?
Oh,
Roy, where did he
Spicy.
go?
I don't know.
I pull out my
Either
pepper
left
spray
or
and spray
right.
Roy. Where did he go?
where are they?
Oh. I'm gonna yell again. Mr. McGee!
Choo choo.
Choo.
I think he said it was to the right.
I thought he said to the left.
To the left. To the left. To the right.
Flip a coin.
To the right.
All right, we'll go right, so that way if we're wrong, it's not my fault.
Sounds good. I'm gonna pull out my whistle. And I'm just gonna give it the SOS whistle.
What's that sound like?
Nice.
So quiet, no one will ever hear it.
And the sound of your whistle echoes down into
Yeah.
the darkness. And then a moment later, you hear in the distance.
In the distance.
Tune in next time as we play another reel of the Lovecraft tapes. All right, guys, it's time for some recommendos. Let's get it on. We're going to share some geeky obsessions. Please roll.
Oh, get it
the
on
hondo.
with the
Absolutely.
breakdown.
I closed
40.
out of roll 20.
25.
I'll roll for you, Gabe. It's fine.
I hit the wrong button.
Gabe rolled a 51.
Nice.
Thank you.
Brian?
Working on it.
46. All right. Gabe, you get to go.
Okay. So for my recommended this week, I'm going to recommend something I was pretty skeptical about until I finally pulled the trigger and got one, and now I think that they're really good quality and can't recommend them more. It's winter, so I'm into tiki stuff. It'll be summer soon, so normal people will be into it. Something I'm going to recommend is they make a good selection. They're called Geeky Tikis. They make just really cool, very high quality, like tiki mugs out of characters.
Oh, cool.
It's not something that I want to like fill my bar with, but I think it's cool to have a few of them laying around. Even if you're not into tiki, they're cool decorations and cool to drink out of. The ones that I got that convinced me, and they were on sale to try it, were the Three Stooges ones, and they're fantastic, and I really love them. So now I'm probably going to go ahead and get myself the Popeye and Bluto ones. I was worried just by looking at them that, because some of the pictures, I will say, don't do them justice. Sometimes the pictures make them look kind of low quality, kind of hard to tell what they are, but once you get them, they look really nice, like, and they're real ceramic, they're real high quality stuff, which is honestly surprising considering the nature of how they mass produce them. But they're really cool. They hold a lot of liquid in them, and they're reasonably priced. So if you're building a tiki bar and you like Batman, there's your answer. There's your perfect middle ground. So yeah, that's Geeky Tiki's, geeky with an I.
All right. Nicely done.
Super
I do
cool.
love some geekies, and I do like liquid, so it's a match made in heaven. All right, thanks, Gabe. Matt, you are up next, buddy.
Oh boy. So after many years of absence from the scene and multiple delays and pushbacks, super happy to say that Dying Light 2 Stay Human is finally here, and it is totally worth playing. It's a game where you play a runner named Aiden as he ventures into a new city in search of his sister Mia in some sort of attempt to not only find her but to figure out what happened to them when they were kids. You get vague memories of being, in a hospital with a strange doctor and rumors of experiments in search of a potential cure for a zombie virus. And the game boils down to you parkouring around the city in a very well done parkour system, fighting zombies and bandits and trying to help the people of the city at the same time you're trying to figure out where your sister is and if she's still alive, if you can save her. The main crux of the game is the parkour and the combat and how beautifully intertwined they are. It starts out a little slow, but once you get a few skill points and you start unlocking some of the moves, such as the ability to springboard off of objects for a greater distance, or the ability to burn some stamina to dash to get up to full speed a little quicker, you really do start finding a new way to move through the city. You start looking at, gaps between buildings or large, spaces between rooftops as not just obstacles, but as opportunities. You can, jump long distances and then roll once you hit the ground to keep your momentum running, and then hop onto a wall and cross a gap that way. And then if you have to, you can, drop off a roof and, drop kick right on top of a zombie to take it out. And it becomes a really fluid game of traversal and knowing when to pick, when you need to stop and fight. And when you are fighting, using those movement abilities you have to your advantage, because the combat system is also to a degree tied into the parkour as well. It's a beautiful open world. Brian and I have been playing co-op since it came out. We're still on like the first small like introduction tutorial section of the map, because every time we go to do something like, oh, there's a question mark over here. What's this? And oh, there's a side mission over there. Let's do that. So there's a lot to do. It's a really well crafted world. It's beautiful, and it's a lot of fun just to sprint around the rooftops and just to see what your parkour skills can do for you. So if you like running, if you like jumping, and if you like bashing zombies, go ahead and give Dying Light 2 a chance. Especially if you can find a friend to play co-op with. It's a lot of fun with another person, but it's perfectly serviceable by yourself if you wish to play that way.
It's awesome to try to beat the gap between two buildings and not make it and fall.
Brian, yes, you don't have to be so snobby about it. I've played Mirror's Edge.
Oh God, no! This is so much better.
I actually watched Jem playing it with Meg.
Mirror's Edge.
I was like, it looks like Mirror's Edge.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Except you don't get sick when you watch it or when you play it.
it looked the same to me. I was like, cool. They made a sequel to Mirror's Edge. No, that says Dying Light.
Yeah.
Dying Light has zombies.
That's true. All right. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate that. And Brian, you're up next, buddy.
I am going to recommend a YouTube channel for older people.
Red 2.
That's on YouTube now? They're buying everything. Wow. Google's gobbling up everything. No pun intended. It's actually Neebs Gaming. There are a bunch of guys that work together in the film industry in their careers early on, and they realized that their passion was animation. But obviously animation's expensive. So to fund that passion, they started a gaming channel on YouTube, and they're a bunch of 40-something guys, maybe even a little bit older, and they play like stuff that's in alpha and beta, so not a lot of people play it, like 7 Days to Die, where you have 7 days to survive in this zombie apocalypse and build up a base, and then the hordes attack you. And each person has their own character that they've become, and they play that character. Once they're in the game, that's who they are. And except for one guy, and I think he's the oldest, but his name is Simon, and he can never remember the controls. He never knows what to do. He always friendly fires his own teammates by accident. He falls off a building. It's very funny to watch because they laugh like we laugh when we play this game. They laugh together like that. And it really reminds me of that camaraderie that we have when we play together. And I really enjoy watching them do that. And then they also have a series because of that. Their YouTube channel, Neebs Gaming, that's so successful. They actually have an animation series called Battlefield Friends, where it's an animated series where they make fun of the Battlefield games. So definitely check them out. It's Neebs Gaming, and they're just a lot of fun. They've got a couple different series, and they've got like the super cuts, so you can watch one whole series that they put together in like a 3 or 4 hour thing over time. So definitely check them out. They're funny. They're good guys.
Check out Battlefield Friends too.
Battlefield Friends is really good. Real short animations, a couple minutes long, but very funny.
Cool. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that. We'll check that out. And thank you, Justin, Beyond Peril, for the cheer. I'm not sure why my cheer isn't working. I think the cheers are supposed to show a particular...
Chiro took it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chiro took my cheer. No. It's supposed to show, like, I think a particular... which one, Jigger? Emoji or something like that. So I got to check out that. Anyways, So my every butt loves a rub. Hell yeah. Love it. All right. So my recommendo tonight is going to be for a game, but not the game you're thinking of. Recently, I ran a one-shot scenario as a Patreon-only secret tape using the now out-of-print Army of Darkness RPG. I purchased the core rulebook on drivethrurpg.com because it was on sale. Yeah, cheap. What are you going to do? And also, I'm a huge Evil Dead fan. I don't know if you know that about me. I figured at the very least it would be something fun to read. I really didn't have any plans beyond that. But the game is based on something called the Unisystem Mechanics, which is surprisingly light when you get down to it. All rolls are simply D10, modified by appropriate abilities and skills, and that's kind of it. Otherwise, the stories and scenarios align with the movies, with the players portraying promised ones who find themselves in the world of Deadites, trying to save the world from the influence of the evil dead, and above all else, the Necronomicon Ex Mortis. While we played a slimmed-down, streamlined version, there are plenty of ridiculous, over-the-top combat maneuvers and hilarious situations that align with the horror comedy aesthetic that you'd expect from Raimi and the gang. If you dig those flicks and have ever wanted to strap on a chainsaw onto your bloody stump, Matt, I can endorse Army of Darkness RPG. It is pretty fun, and I mean, it's kind of in our wheelhouse. It actually fit very nicely, so we enjoyed it.
It was a good time.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, that's going to be it for this episode of the Lovecraft Tapes. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe on whatever podcast platform you prefer. If you like what you hear, please leave us a review. Meanwhile, you can find us at lovecrafttapes.com with links to all our socials, including Discord, Reddit, YouTube, Twitch, and much, much more. You can find me on Twitter at Lovecraft Tapes.
And if anybody knows how to dissolve super glue from the bottom side of a penny, hit me up on Twitter at TheRealWeirdKid, because that penny will be mine.
And if you're from Gary, Indiana, and you have gripes or want to praise me, you can find me at Lovecraft Gabe.
If anybody wants to take a road trip with me, hit me up on Brian Podcast. We'll go. We'll go to Gary, Indiana.
Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana.
Until next time, roll for... Oh. All right, guys. Thanks for watching and listening, everybody. Appreciate that. Thanks, Crocy. Thanks, Justin. Thanks. I swing a bit more, a.k.a. Chris.
Harry.
Appreciate
Thanks,
that.
Obama.
Thanks, Obama. Particularly Obama. All right, we're taking off a couple weeks, and then we'll be back in mid-March with the last 3 episodes that'll be recording and streaming and playing live. So
maybe we'll hop on Twitch in the meantime and do some in-between game streaming and
100%. Yes, and there is potential I might be doing something on the Wednesdays that we will not be playing, but it'll be a little bit different. I'm not quite sure yet, but stay tuned.
He'll just be running a game without us.
I'm actually thinking of maybe writing some stories that fill in some gaps and reading them aloud on Twitch.
Yes.
So that could be just a fun, quick thing to help fill in the gaps. But I have to figure out if I'm going to do that or not. So no promises.
In a world.
Gary.
All right, guys. Have a good night. Love y'all.